The victim card is losing the power. What happened when the big guys walk away? The US boycott the ICC, so what's now for ICJ? We've spent a lot of time on this podcast talking about how smaller nations navigate the complexities of international law, sometimes using it as a shield. But what happens when a global superpower decides the rules don't apply to them? Today, we're diving into a significant geopolitical event, the United States' decision to impose sanctions on officials of the International Criminal Court, a move widely seen as a boycott. We'll explore what this means for the world and, more specifically, how it affects the ability of countries like Cambodia to rely on international justice. First, let's make sure we have our courts straight. In our previous discussions about the Preah Vihear Temple, we talked about the International Court of Justice, ICJ. Remember, that court handles disputes between countries. The US action is against the International Criminal Court, ICC. The ICC is different. It prosecutes individuals for grave crimes like war crimes, genocide, and crimes against humanity. It's also important to note that the US has a long and complicated relationship with both courts. While it is a member of the ICJ, the US does not accept the court's compulsory jurisdiction over its affairs. This historical action shows a clear pattern. The US has never been a member of the ICC and has long maintained reservations about its jurisdiction, particularly over American citizens. For many in Thailand, it can feel like Cambodia is constantly trying to drag Thailand into international courts. This is a valid point of frustration. The ICJ is not just a legal venue. For a smaller country, it's a powerful diplomatic tool. By consistently using this tool, a nation can keep a dispute in the international spotlight, put diplomatic pressure on a larger neighbor, and present its own case to the world. The argument that Thailand is wrong because it is reluctant to go to the ICJ is no longer valid because even a world power like the US has chosen to boycott a court it feels is not in its national interest. So, why this dramatic step now? The Trump administration's stated reasons are clear. They believe the ICC's investigations into alleged actions by US military personnel in Afghanistan and by Israeli officials are politically motivated and infringe on US sovereignty. Their core arguments boil down to this: the US has its own robust legal system to handle any wrongdoing by its citizens, and they view the ICC's involvement as an overreach and an attack on their ally, Israel. This isn't just a dispute between the US and a court in The Hague. It has much wider implications, especially for smaller nations that rely on the framework of international law. The victim card